Good morning, it is Jane. I'm just having trouble getting moving and getting ahead of things today. Oh well, this too is gonna pass. I do not have any finished items. I do have a lot of whips that I'm working on, so we'll just get to those. Of course, I started the granny square with my, not granny square, using a granny rectangle with my cakes that I had caked up, those scrap cakes. And that's where I left it so far. I haven't worked on it anymore because I've been outside working in the yard. And then I also have this of the, and all those grains that I was working on, the corner to corner, or box stitch in the round. And that is a tutorial by Crystal, Bag a Day. And that's where we've gotten so far on it. I have gotten to a darker green, and it is this darker green here. I have two more skeins of, besides after finishing this, I have two more skeins of the hunter green that I will be finishing it up in. And then this Afghan will be done. If I ever find time to work on it, that is. But yeah, that's kind of where it's at. I've worked more, did that second section of the Tarnation crochet shawl. And there is that section there. I do not like the way that it is curling up. But, what are you going to do? There isn't a whole lot you can do to change it. It's Tarnation. It's going to curl. So I am in the final edges of getting ready to film the next section. When I get to it, I'm hoping that it will help to straighten it out a little bit. That I will say the pattern is a little difficult to read and to follow just because of the way that it is written. Of course, with Tarnation crochet, there is no traditional way to write a Tarnation pattern, so many people will just kind of ad-lib it as they go, and that's fine. And I only did 4 of each rows. I wasn't going to do 8 of each rows just because the way that it was coming out and curling. So I will be doing that. What else have I got? Well, the only other, whip that I have 2 more. And this is that circular shawl that I had started. And I didn't work on it at all this week. Probably do need to sit down and do that. But like I said, in the evenings I've been going outside doing a lot of work out there, and then I've just been kind of vegging out when I get back in because between the heat and everything out there, I'm just wiped out. I have continued working on the honeycomb, and I managed to get about that much more done. It's time to move that stitch marker up, for next week. And I know a lot of people will actually put their stitch markers in and then leave them up, as they go along. I don't. I just like to see what I've worked on last. Battery died. Had changed battery. A lot of people put the stitch markers up along the whole thing the whole time so they can see the progress that they've been making, each time. I don't bother with that. I just move it up after I film so I can see what kind of progress I've made on this next go round. What else have we been doing? Been cutting bags to sew another round of bags. I'm also cutting some things to create some hot pads, you know, like for casserole dishes. I want to say they're 16 by 14 inches finished, and maybe some hot pads just to get rid of some of the fabrics that I've got going on here. I am also working on creating some boxed bags. Hang on. Figured I should show you the bag. Some box bags like this. Sometimes they're called shoebox bags, or a lot of people have been changing these up so that they are makeup bags, and I have been doing some of that. This is a larger bag that I had made at one point to actually hold everything that I need to create knitted knockers. So that is a bag that I had made, probably back in 2012, 2013. And had made some more for a couple of folks who wanted different sizes. And I just used some scrap fabric that I had. Didn't have enough to make a bag out of this, but liked the fabric, so turned it into a bag. Placed a little handle on it so that I could place it in a bigger bag, carry it with me, or just carry it this way with whatever I'm working on at the moment. So yeah, I am making some of these different sizes to be used. You know, they're great for sock bags, those kind of things, easy to tote around. So I'm cutting some of those, getting ready to make quite a few of those as well. And as far as the planting out front, my friend and I have to tell you, my friend came over, and I'll insert a clip at the very end of the cat smelling the chair where she'd come into the house, and we were sitting and talking a little bit after we'd finished planting some of the plants. I'll try to get a picture also of the plants that we had planted. It's ground cover to start moving. I do have to spray in that area to kill the rest of the weeds, and then put down some more soil of some kind, or manure or whatever, so that we can plant a few more things. Do have a couple other plants that I want to put there as well. So that is what I have been doing all along, and moving out the gravel and the pea stone that the contractor left sitting there, that basically he should have cleaned up, but he didn't. And then we're also taking a pickaxe to pick out some of the bigger weeds, those kind of things. We're just doing little things as I can afford it, you know, fun stuff like that. I think that's about it. But anyway, when my friend had come in, we sat down to cool off, and the cats now, since it's been just me and the cats, now when anybody comes into the house, they're standoffish and won't have anything to do with them. And of course, she is a cat lover, so she was trying to coax them to come over to her. And of course, Ronan just completely took off and hid. I brought out some canned food for him because it was about time for canned food. So Izzy came and ate a little bit of canned food, but any time she moved, Izzy would, you know, hunker down, scoot away from the food, then come back and eat. But she tried to coax Izzy over to her, and Izzy caught maybe about 6 feet from her. And I went and picked up Izzy, and we were talking, and I went to hand her something. Izzy hissed at her, and then hissed at me. It was funny. But afterwards, after she had left, the cats were all over that chair, just sniffing it like crazy. So I told her later on, I sent her the little video clip. I said, well, maybe next time they'll come close enough to sniff you when you come over. So yeah, it's just been, kind of funny, some of the things that we're putting up with. And like I said, today, a little bit later, I'm going out to spray in that area as well, to kill the weeds. So that's kind of what I have been doing. Yeah, going through fabrics, trying to pull out what can be moved on to someone else or on to Scraps and Gains. Yeah, that's about it, what I have been doing. And I am actively trying to work down that my yarns. I do have quite a stack of the wrappers that go around the skeins of yarn. So I am getting down there. I am seeing it come down a little bit. But my whole goal is to do a no-buy this year unless I need it to finish something. But occasionally I do give in when there's something pretty. And it's cheap price, yeah. I can't help it. I just do it. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing lately. But are you ready for a little what in Tarnation? I know this is a short one, but sometimes life gets in the way. Now, what in Tarnation? You knew this one was coming. Man arrested after climbing Bumblebee statue and taking his clothes off. And there's video. Albuquerque police have arrested a man for climbing up a Transformer statue downtown, taking off his clothes. I looked at the video footage and it turns out he walked over to the Transformer fully clothed and didn't start disrobing until he was up on top, said Esteban Duran, a Sunwest Silver Co. employee. Sunwest Silver owns the statues. There are several. Albuquerque community safety officers helped him down, but then police had to get involved when he did the same thing hours later. Police say the man is Hector Malero. The first incident was around 5:45 a.m. Monday morning. ACS was called to the scene after multiple people called 911. They helped him down and took him to the Westside Emergency Housing Shelter. But around 8:30 a.m. Monday, police said Malero came back, did the exact same thing. That time, the fire department and APD responded and Malero was arrested for indecent exposure. Albuquerque community safety officers helped him down, but then police... Oh, I already said that. Sorry, I repeated that. The most concerning part was it doesn't matter if he was clothed or unclothed, really. Safety is a factor because the height of this one he climbed up is probably a good 20 feet, Duran said. He could have fallen, he could have slipped, he could have hurt himself pretty seriously. And Malero apparently had his arraignment in court last Wednesday, but I haven't gotten any follow-up on that. So there is a link to the story to an Albuquerque paper, as well as another link below it to the video where KOB talks about it. And I am probably pretty sure that this fellow has mental health issues. And that is an issue, quite frankly, that needs to be dealt with on a better platform. Unfortunately, when President Reagan released all those folks out of mental hospitals, for some it was a good thing because some of these mental hospitals, quite frankly, were really awful places. Now, there are some people that do need to be in a facility for mental health full time, and that is because they are a danger to themselves and to society. So, but we need to get better things in place for people who are dealing with mental health issues. And unfortunately, a lot of mental health people wind up on the streets, and that's not good for anyone. So yeah, that's kind of a Sad thing to see. Kitten rescued from middle of Florida highway. A Florida police officer on patrol ended up rescuing a kitten he spotted in the middle of a busy highway. The Alachua, I don't know, ALACHUA Police Department said in a Facebook post that an officer driving on Highway 444 spotted a kitten in the middle of the roadway while vehicles continued to pass within feet of it. The officer was able to rescue the kitten and bring it into his car. Thanks to the help of Me Appa Latin Cafe driver, who used their truck to assist in stopping traffic, the kitten was safely removed from danger, the post said. The department said the kitten now has a new, loving, forever home with one of the department's dispatchers. So that's pretty cool. Mountain team uses aggressive swimming to rescue lamb. I'm not sure I've ever heard that term, aggressive swimming. A British mountain rescue team used a raft and some aggressive swimming techniques to save a lamb stranded on a precarious slope above deep water at Peak District National Park. The Adale Mountain Rescue Team said on social media a team leader and a swift water rescue technician responded to evaluate the situation when an animal was reported stuck above deep water and on a near vertical and loose slope in the Adale Valley. A plan was put in place, but the team was sidetracked by a call for a human rescue, and they returned later to find the lamb and managed to get in an even more awkward spot than before. The rescuers used an inflatable raft and some aggressive swimming techniques to reach the young sheep and secure it in a rescue bag with some gentle lamb wrangling. The lamb was then hoisted to a bridge over its location. Lamb was not injured. All ended well with a very happy farmer and a nonchalant ewe, quite unaware of where her baby had been for the last 8 hours. Sorry about the nose itching. Allergies. There's some pun in this next one. Overturned strawberry truck causes jam on 2 highways. Traffic on a pair of California highways turned into a jam when a truck loaded with strawberries overturned, dropping barrels of the fruit onto the road. California Highway Patrol said the overturned truck, carrying about 40,000 pounds of fruit, blocked the northbound connector ramps to Highway 101 and Interstate 880 in San Jose on Wednesday morning and was leaning over a guardrail. The ramps were closed as crew workers worked to lift the truck upright and remove the fallen barrels of strawberries. No injuries were reported. The ramps were reopened early in the afternoon Wednesday. This bear has earned his nickname. And you have to be careful about bears because, yes, they will break into cars, they will break into homes, you name it. Bear steals package of Oreos from California home. A bear was caught on camera breaking into a California home and leaving with only one stolen item, package of Oreo cookies. A video recorded in Canyon Crest Drive area in Monrovia shows the bear entering the home through a window and exiting with a package of Oreos dangling from its mouth. Neighbor Vinna Corey said the same sweet-toothed bear, now known to residents as Oreo, previously visited her garage to steal chocolate cake from her refrigerator. I feel like I can't leave a window open even with a screen because he literally took the screen out. So that's a little alarming for her. Bears are cantankerous and they can be dangerous. Peafowl escaped from Bronx Zoo for New York adventure. Officials at New York's Bronx Zoo said 7 peafowl went out for an adventure in the city and 1 remained on the loose Tuesday. The 7 peacocks and peahens, members of the zoo's flock of about 100 free-roaming peafowl, wandered out of the zoo Monday and made their way to the Morris Park area. Driver Harry Phillips stopped to help the birds when he spotted them wandering into traffic at the Morris Park train stations. I kinda did a double take and didn't know if I was really seeing a peacock, he told WABC TV. I went behind them and made sure that the cars weren't coming. Phillips and other residents contacted authorities, and 5 of the birds were captured in Danny Martinez's backyard. I was surprised and I got scared because it was right in front of my door, she said. The Bronx Zoo said 1 other bird returned to the zoo on its own, and the lone remaining fugitive is being monitored. Officials said the free-roaming peafowl occasionally wander outside of the zoo grounds, but they usually don't go far and will return on their own. And of course, peacocks are known for their very interesting call, which kind of sounds like someone crying for help. Flock of nosy feral chickens keeps village residents up at night. I can't imagine having chickens keeping you up all night. That'd be annoying. Residents of an English town are complaining about a noisy group of unruly locals. Flock of about 100 feral chickens. Residents in the Common Road area of Snettisham, Norfolk, said the chickens frequently dig up their gardens and the birds are so loud they have to wear earplugs at night. Not all residents dislike their avian neighbors, however, and have started petitions objecting to reports that the Snettingham Parish Council is planning to evict the chickens. The council responded to the complaints, explaining no plans are currently in place to take any specific action. We are not threatening to evict the chickens or remove them, the Snettingham Parish Council said on its website. We are seeking specialist advice from various sources, only one of which is Fresh Start for Hens. We've sought advice from this particular rescue charity, as they are experts in the needs, behavior, health, and welfare of chickens. The council is expected The council invited villagers on both sides of the chicken debate to attend a meeting Tuesday to make their concerns and desires known. Only after we have all the information will parish council decide if it needs to make any kind of decision at all, the statement said. Rebecca Chilvers, a local resident and chicken supporter, said the village has played host to feral chickens for decades. And that is it for the What in Tarnation. I hope you enjoyed that. So, next is our devotion, and the devotion comes from Promises from God's Heart. And this is a book by Dayspring. I actually got it at Ollie's. Promises from God's Heart for His Joy. Let me get a drink. The allergies cause a lot of problems with my throat. You know, all that drainage in the back. You will show me the path of life. In your presence is fullness of joy. In your right hand there are pleasures forevermore. Psalm 16:11. What happiness for those whose guilt has been forgiven. What joys when sins are covered over. What relief for those who have confessed their sins and God has cleared their record. Psalm 12. It's in dark print. 2. If you keep my commandments, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commands and remain in his love. I have spoken these things to you so that my joy may be in you and your joy may be complete. John 15:10 through 11. His glorious power will make you patient and strong enough to endure anything, and you will be truly happy. Colossians 1:11. You love him even though you have never seen him. Though not seeing him, you trust him, and even now you are happy with the inexpressible joy that comes from heaven itself. And your further reward for trusting him will be the salvation of your souls. 1 Peter 1:8 through 9. You turned my lament into dancing. You removed my sackcloth and clothed me with gladness, so that I can sing to you and not be silent. Lord my God, I will praise you forever. Psalm 30:11 through 12. Now may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you believe in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. Romans 15:13. That is it for today's video. As always, I hope you will continue to be kinder to yourself, be kind to one another, and I'll see you guys again soon. Everybody, have a great week. Bye.
I applied, but I didn't get chosen, but I knew instantly I had to do that pattern no matter what. So I saw her post with the link for the Etsy yesterday, and I went and bought it. So I want to do that today. I'm going to make that motto. It's so cute.